Dreamer Place.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today the new accessories have dropped and boy they are so OP. So new Gelidus and Isabella accessories have been released in our game, and let me remind you that the accessory system has changed as well. Basically you can only increase the substat and never decrease it anymore. There is a chance however that you get the same substat again, which is insanely frustrating because I lost 2 Gelidus accessories due to this possibility of getting back the same substat, okay? So let me just do a demo for you guys. I'm gonna use my Taka first, okay, because he already has a 33%, which I did just now before the video. So I actually pulled quite a number of crit damage accessories, which is great, okay, really great. I'm gonna add a substat. Okay, so as you can see here, now there are levels. Okay, so the maximum substat you can get is at level 5, and everything at the base is level 1. Okay, and for each to add each substat you need to pay 400,000 gold, which is a hefty cost. Okay, but do be reassured that you can actually skip levels if you are lucky. So I'm going to do this now. Hopefully I don't get back the same substat. Wow, I actually did get back the same substat. Okay, so this is what I mean whereby you get back the same substat and it's insanely frustrating, and you can get so many of the same jewels. Wow, I did not get it again. Wow, this is terrible. Okay, finally. So this is what I mean whereby you have to keep trying your luck. Okay, it is quite, I don't know how to put it, but it's quite annoying. I'm gonna try it on my Sylvester using the Gelidus accessory that we pulled from Step Up. So there's a Step Up currently, so if you have the rubies about 6,800 or something, you can go try it. Okay, let's just try, okay, to get somewhere with this. Currently this is at level 1. This is the new Gelidus accessory that allows you to reduce buff duration by 1 turn every time you attack. I can't find it. Seriously, they have to revamp the organization of this. Okay, so as you can see, at level 2 it becomes 35%, level 3 40%, level 4 70%, and finally at level 5 it is a guaranteed 1 turn down if you attack. Okay, and that is what we all will want to get to. However, of course, Gelidus accessories and Isabella accessories are super hard to come by, and you need to spend a lot of rubies. Okay, I actually spent 10,000. I will put the pooling video at the end of this video so you can just take a breeze, check it out, and hopefully here we get increase, please. Okay, we jump to level 2. Not too bad. Now it's 35% at least. So I lost two Gelidus accessories here, which is really sad. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't happen to you, and I hope you get a better idea of what is going on for the new accessory system. Now we are going to take a look at the new accessories themselves. So before I move on, I actually want to say that the special accessories, especially the Guardian Ring, has been remade. So now it gives 7 void shields instead of 4 previously. Even the second tier gives 5 now instead of 3. So all this is meant for Guardian Rings to catch up with the meta, because heroes need a lot of void shields at this point, okay? So now I'm going to talk about the new accessories. I will also be putting up this boosted substat table at the side, and also I will be making recommendations and theory crafting for you how some of these accessories can be used on certain heroes. Honestly, these accessories are very usable and very good because they act like passives. Okay, similar to Fallout of Old Jewels, where they actually give your heroes additional skills rather than just increase of stats. So do note that the heroes I recommend are not limited to the heroes I recommend. The list is really not exhaustive, but these are just some that I can come up while looking at them, while looking at the accessories, okay? So first we have the Gelidus Madness. Basically it inflicts 2000 fixed damage to the target when using a skill. And at level 5 this will become 100%. That guaranteed inflict 2000 damage. Okay, so what I personally feel is that for this skill, I think most PvP heroes are able to use, because for speed teams it will be really good against tank teams. Okay, and for tank teams it's even better because tank teams hardly do any damage on other tank teams. So with this accessory, tank teams, speed teams, they can all do additional damage to each other, and I think it's pretty usable on all types of heroes. Okay, for most PvP heroes, fixed damage is really not going to be good on PvE. Okay, maybe you can use this for Tartarus because you can deal with the earth element, and I think that will be actually super useful if the fixed damage all stacks and you can kill the earth element maybe in one single shot. So maybe Heavenir would be very suitable to use this. Okay. Next we move on to the Gelidus Grach. It gives you the chance to decrease opponent target's HP by 1000 on a basic attack. So basic attack includes normal attack, speed attack, and counter attack. So most probably this is going to be very suitable for heroes that are high in counter, such as Rin, Ripu, Teo, Ingrid, and Kao. Okay, and also I just want to say that Ingrid already does fixed damage on every third attack, so this will actually boost her fixed damage output even more, right? And for heroes like Teo and Ripu, basically do note that this is a decreased target HP. It is not an additional inflicting damage kind of skill. Okay, so it doesn't actually touch the enemy, it just merely reduces their HP. I think this is also going to be very useful if you are trying to take down heroes like Rin. I would think that you can actually reduce the HP of Rin just by 1000, just like that, because it is not a damage done onto Rin, but it's just a decrease, right? So this needs testing. Moving on, we have Gelidus Might. I think this is one of the most rave new accessories because it gives you the chance to decrease all buff duration by 1 turn. Okay, in addition to whatever skill effect you have when you attack. So it's not just a basic attack, it is also inclusive of skills. So you would want to give this accessory to your heroes that move a lot. And currently, from what we observe, basically heroes with like Sylvester, he moves a lot. He does a lot of like North speed attacks. Counter heroes are also super recommended to have this because every time they counter, they will already reduce buff across the board on your enemy. And also lethal, because high lethal heroes tend to skill more, and I think if they tend to skill more, they will also be doing a lot of buff reduction via the accessory instead of through their skill. So this is actually one of the most important accessories at this point because a lot of buff reduction is needed in the meta right now. Next we go on to Gelidus Loyalty. Gelidus Loyalty is the accessory that actually kind of is in a more defensive nature. Basically, damage received from one hit will not exceed 60%, and if you look at the level 5 version of it, it will not exceed 30%. Okay, 30% you will need about 4 hits to kill the opponent with this accessory at max. Okay, so useful heroes, okay, will actually be like Clemith, okay, the newest hero, Jave, Ace, Spike, Sun Wukong, Khao Heron. Why do I list all these heroes? Because if you see, these heroes actually need sustenance. They need to be on the field. They are useful heroes. They have buffs that will give your whole team a lot of advantage, right? So these heroes, they will take on whatever damage that their opponent hits with them. So if you actually give them this accessory, they only take limited amount of damage, and this will prolong their life in the whole match. And it is very crucial for these heroes to have prolonged life. Okay, basically that's the idea. So you can go on and check your inventory to see what other heroes need this accessory, because I think this is also one of the very useful accessories for these kind of heroes. Next we have Gelidus Tenacity. It decreases fixed damage received by 20%. I would say this accessory is very suitable for defensive PvP teams, okay? Especially teams without nurture, because nurture actually halves fixed damage received. If defensive teams don't use nurture, then I think having this accessory on their heroes would be very useful. Then again, not a lot of people use fixed damage currently, so it's not really a problem, and I don't think this is the most useful at this point, but maybe in future, okay? Next we have Gelidus Velocity, and wow, this one is... I'm quite speechless because it gives agility, and it gives 7 turn agility at level 5. Okay, 7 turn agility. Agility means that for every multi-hit attack you only take 1 hit. Okay, so if you pair this up with a Guardian Ring, basically the opponent can only needs to hit you 7 times using 7 different skills. Okay, unless they try to reduce your agility, your 7 turn agility. And I mean, just think about it, 7 times using 7 different skills, that is very time consuming, and very likely that you will live for your hero will live for a very long time during the match. Okay, of course do note that this is the turn based effect. It can be reduced, so it's not a permanent, becomes agile forever like Amelia, Ryan, but still, I think most PvP heroes will really benefit from this accessory, so it's really good to have. If you do have it, maybe you can try to equip it onto your PvP heroes and test it out, because I think it will be very useful. So that's all for the Gelidus accessories. We will move on to the Isabella accessories. For the first one, it is the Isabella Curse, and this is another insane accessory. 30% chance to block target's awakening gauge from being charged for 2 turns on basic attack. So this is actually considered a debuff kind of skill, kind of effect. Okay, so it can be removed by cleansing debuffs, okay? Nonetheless, at level 5, it will guarantee block the target. Heroes that I think will really benefit from using this are Kirill, Rin, Theo, Dylan's. Okay, why so? Because these heroes have high debuff casting. Specifically for Kirill, she has high debuff casting. High counter, because if your hero has very high counter, they will constantly block the opponent from charging their awakening bar. Okay, Dylan's because he has multi-hit. Same for Kirill, they do multi-target attacks. So can you imagine if they have this at 100%, they will instantly shut down your opponent's awakening bars. That is how insane it can be. So I think this is a very crazy accessory, and I think probably it's the rarest. Okay, should be one of the rarest, I think. Moving on, we have Isabella's Evil Eye. So for Evil Eye, it kind of ignores the skill that actually says it will take up to a certain percentage of max HP. Okay, you get what I mean? Basically, this is the accessory to counter heroes like Theo, counter heroes like Rin, counter heroes like Battery. Okay, but strangely, I put them all down for heroes which I think will benefit a lot from this, because they have very strong 3 to 4 multi-hit skills. Okay, so let's say currently your Battery has a 4 hit skill, right? Her piercing skill is 4 hits. However, Rin, the opponent's Rin, will only take 80% of that damage due to her passive. Okay, it limits the damage. However, if you give a Battery this accessory, she will bypass and ignore that passive and probably instantly reduce Rin to 1 HP already. Okay, and same for Theo. Theo has a very strong skill set that deals a lot of damage. You cannot show off that kind of damage if your opponent is all gonna take limited amount of damage, right? So Teo will also benefit from this a lot. Moving on, we have Isabella's Illusion. So this actually gives you a chance to attack 2 times on basic attack. At level 5, it will guaranteed attack 2 times on basic attack. Okay, for this I would really suggest putting it on Chris, because imagine 2 times on basic attack, which means 2 times the chance of inflicting death. He can basically kill one hero if the hero doesn't have death resist. Okay, Dylan's is also good. Imagine multi-target 3 men 2 times. That is gonna be a lot of damage. Kirill as well. So basically I would say this is good for heroes who have effects, who can inflict effects on basic attack, and also for heroes who have multi-target. Then we have Isabella's Crimson Blood, which basically decreases piercing damage. Okay, again, this is similar to Gelidus decreased fixed damage. Okay, I would suggest on this to go on defensive PvP team heroes, especially for teams who don't use Cow Heron, who don't have a good Cow Heron to be used. This actually protects your team from piercing damage, which is piercing skills are really rampant in Arena. Okay, and I think they actually do very heavy damage somehow. So this actually helps to mitigate the damage taken if you don't have a Cow Heron. And I don't think this will stack, okay, with Cow Heron's skill. Next we have Isabella's Deception, which basically allows a shield to be casted and absorb up to 1000 damage. This sounds really familiar to my earlier video when I was talking about Mercure's 4000 HP shield, and here we are, an accessory that gives a 4000 HP shield at level 5. Basically I would strongly suggest tank heroes to have this. This is really insane, okay, because we know that in PvP your HP is basically halved. So a 20,000 HP hero is going to have only 10,000 in PvP. So gaining this 4000 HP shield flat, you're gonna boost your tank hero's life by a lot, by so much. Especially some tank heroes only take double-digit damage, right? It's gonna take a very long time to actually kill them. Okay, so this is very suitable for tank units and units with full block, and also maybe it's also usable on some PvP heroes. Okay, but I can't really think of any now at this point. I cannot think of any speed heroes who actually would use this better than tank heroes. Okay. And for the last accessory, we have Isabella's Vigor. It recovers HP by 10% of physical magic attack when using a skill, basically something like a vitality effect. Okay, at level 5, it will recover 50% HP. Again, I think this is very suitable for tank units, but not only tank units. It's suitable for heroes like Clemith, Jave, and Teo, because Clemith especially needs a lot of self-sustenance. She does not have healing, even though she's a buff. She's a hero that provides a lot of buff, okay. So I think she really needs this to heal herself. I think it will be super useful. It's even better than lifesteal, because this is because lifesteal only takes place when you do basic attacks, but this healing only takes place when you use skills, and skills are more frequently used in Arena. And same goes for Jave. Jave should heal as much as he can to live long and reflect damage. So I think this is gonna be very suitable for heroes who don't have the sustenance ability but should last very long. Okay, so that's all for this video on the new accessories. I hope it has provided you with some idea of how you can use these new accessories when building your heroes. And I really hope that you guys will have all the good luck to get all the nice accessories when you pull them, and hopefully you don't end up wasting them while you're trying to add to them as a substat, okay? So if you found this video useful, do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with a Clemith review, but I currently don't have one yet, so it's very hard for me to create that review when I don't have the hero. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.